All right. Happy July 1st, everybody. It is in Canada, Canada Day. So we are going to do a Megalithic Monday special and look at, right? Exactly. You got it, Varu. But to all of us here, if you were, working today, at least you got paid time and a half, or it's a statutory holiday. And I believe there's fireworks in a lot of cities, Calgary included. So won't be going too late here, as I do have to go catch those with the wife. All right. So, what do I have up on screen for us today? It is part of the Monuments of the Grand Canyon, aka the Grand Canyon Pyramid Complex, and it is a topographical map of several of the main temples, peaks in the Grand Canyon area, the same area that Kincaid supposedly found the underground city in. And here you can see that each of the peaks, with all of these different sacred names, Cheops Pyramid, we've got Isis Temple, Tower of Set, Horus Temple, Tower of Ra, Osiris Temple, all of these adding up to the exact points of the stars of the Orion constellation, as well as all of the additional stars in that same area of sky, perfectly lining with the heights of each of these features of the Grand Canyon. And what are we talking about? We're talking about these. And white, supposed limestone, potential geopolymer, and then the red, I believe, sandstone beneath. Oops, sorry, that's the wrong folder. My bad. Bear with us. Canada Day technical difficulties. Here we go. We have more. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe this is Isis Temple in the very background. Temple of Ra or Horus right here. All of them, though, showing very what look like step pyramidal structures, palaces, castles, and right here, yes. So Isis Temple, you can see the area that's covered up used to be a giant entrance into the front of Isis Temple. Then in the late 50s, early 60s, the supposed plane crash that happened there, where the US government went in and magically built a wall in Isis Temple from a plane hitting it. Kind of the exact opposite of 9/11. Hey, so which one is the false story? It can't be one or the other, right? Like, or it can't be both. Here again, here's a picture of that area of Isis Temple, the former giant entrance. Another picture of it of a different angle. And these are just massive terraformed unit or mega structures, and 90-degree walls, perfect layers. It's impossible. Rivers don't erode 90-degree perfect rectangular walls all over the place. No, water doesn't do that. It's known for rounding corners, not making them perfect 90-degree cuts. And let's continue on through. This, I believe, the backside of Isis Temple with the giant white top. This could be Horus Temple or Temple of Ra, potentially. There's over 50 of them, but very, very suspect. Every single one, a pyramid, a temple, a giant, massive former complex, and to this day, a no-go area in the Grand Canyon. They will crash your drones. They will chase you out with Black Hawk helicopters. You are not allowed to travel here. You are not allowed to fly over here. And right here, a perfect pyramid on the base of this perfect rectangular, larger pyramid. Step pyramid was the word I was looking for. Again, showing the perfect 90-degree angles and perfect pyramidal measurements of these different quote-unquote formations. They are leftover structures of an ancient, grand civilization and terraformed super city. Here we go. A picture of Isis Temple before the wall. You can see the gaping giant entrance into the pyramidal complex. Here we have more perfect rectangular protruding features, and I suspect, I predict, and well, just from an engineering understanding, just like there's Lake Mead further down the Colorado River, I believe, or area in the canyon, making the lake covering stuff up. When these were originally inhabited and in their glory, there would have been one massive giant lake or possibly potential inland sea making up the basin of all of these structures, like a giant pyramidal Venice of the Grand Canyon. Again, another old picture of the giant entrance. Here you can even see what appears to be a carved gate or grand entrance of Isis Temple. And clearly pre-cataclysm civilization. Another picture here now of the cavern entrance being covered up with the wall that was constructed in the 60s. Just a small example of, the different inhabitation throughout the Grand Canyon area. Super, super suspect ancient ruins and relics. Clearly some sort of former animal or human hybrid face statue there, with more of the temple pyramid complexes in the background. Why, oh why, are we not allowed to go explore this ancient mega city of the Grand Canyon? Are these buildings, these look a lot like buildings on the side of more buildings on top of one temple or pyramids, depending the name that they gave it. No doubt to some ancient Oriental deity, demigod, like all the rest. Absolutely stunning. Another step pyramid, clearly just building after ancient building after ancient building, hiding in plain sight, but blocked from civilian access. Kincaid's underground cities. Not just one, this entire area. Every single temple, every single pyramid. Just wow. Oh wow, wow, wee, wah. And originally a water line probably up to at least here, maybe even higher. Like that looks like carved runes, does it not? Like outer wall, buildings, massive building, palace, castle, potential carvings or ruined buildings down here. Just everywhere. This is why we are not allowed to go or explore these sites. But it is there. Cheops Pyramid. Potential ruined buildings. That's looking pretty pyramidal right there. Like, wow, wee wah. Absolutely. I like this pretty undeniable at this point. And just the perfect stepped pyramid terraces. Cheops Pyramid followed. Oh, which one's that behind there? We got Isis Temple. And of course, again, the covered up entrance that is no longer, accessible. The only time in history an airplane crash somehow magically built a wall. Shiva Temple. And how do they claim water just miraculously eroded these fantastic structures and 90-degree corners consistently everywhere throughout this site? Site, I believe in America, Grand Canyon, and of course, Egypt. Striking similarities. Oh, right. Absolutely. At least tens of thousands, well, most likely hundreds of thousands, if not millions, right? Like it's from a master builder civilization. Pre-cataclysm, pre-cataclysms. Who knows how far back the original builders of this macro terraformed site were and are. Because this has also clearly gone through thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, or millions of years of erosion thereafter the cataclysm and original wipeout. Like, look at all of this potential megalithic runes throughout. Just on such a huge grand scale, it's hard to fully comprehend the size of this overall ancient lost super site. Potential face. And all potential ancient macro megalithic geopolymer blockwork. Right? Like that looks like ancient blockwork, no? Polygonal megalithic blockwork. Pretty similar blocks to what we see in the pyramids of Egypt. And now also what we're seeing in the pyramid mountains of China as well. Very, very similar looking structure, potential construction. Very suspect, to say the least. And why are we not allowed to explore this area, even fly drones in this area, get chased out with Black Hawk helicopters from this area? I think we all know why that is. Because it is literally just covered in former ancient macro civilization construct, and that there's most likely many entrances into these former giant underground cities that, who knows, are they still inhabited today? Is that another reason we're not allowed to enter and explore these sites? And it does give pause and wonder of, right, God's construct, and is our realm literally simultaneously a program simulation, uh kind of Minecraft world? Like, who built, other than God, or demigods or something, these absolutely, like, it's insane, the scope and size of these mountain pyramid cities in the Grand Canyon and throughout all of the realm and world. Was it built by giants? By titans? Possibly. Definitely not randomly eroded into these structures by the forces of just water and wind. That is for sure. Absolutely, William Pius. Potential solar flares also impacting. Who knows of ancient plasma catastrophes or nuclear wars, or who knows what god technology war weapons were once released upon the lands that would have wiped all of this out. Very, very awe-inspiring and suspect, to say the least. And how can anyone really wonder, question the story of Kincaid finding the underground cities in this site? It's just so large in size. I couldn't imagine that that's still ridiculous amounts of gold artifacts, and who knows what else and who else will be found under and in these temple pyramids named after ancient gods, legends, and empires. Very, very suspect and not water eroded structure and geology. Here we go. Are these a bunch of cave entrances? It looks like it. The world needs to explore the Grand Canyon temples, mounts, and pyramid complexes. It is time to find our real history. Yeah, yeah, right. The robber barons, the founders, what did they find inside these different ancient megastructures? That is the true question. Just wild. potential monolith guardians, carvings throughout. Very, very suspect geology and geography in here. Like, does that not look like a gargoyle carving right there? Just super eroded away. What are they hiding in these pyramid temple complexes of pre-cataclysm? Wild, wild stuff. And again, just in case you were thinking that's pareidolia of some sort, here we have the topographical map of that same area showing again all of the peaks are the same stars lined up perfectly of the sky of the not just the Orion constellation but all of the corresponding stars in that same area of the sky. And oh, I guess those were Dodap, my bad. Something out there. Everything's so sus in this site. Capstones. And then the Grand Canyon again in the larger, I believe, Four Corners area. And again, doing the full Brian zone. Another one of these monument temples. Isis temple, again, with the entrance now blocked off. Another one with the entrance now blocked off. Another one of the temples. And no wonder they won't let even drones explore this area, because we would have to completely rewrite history instantly. Just so large in scale. It's wild. Just wild. Every single one of these, beyond suspect and most likely an ancient former macro building castle under Mountain City. Macro structures. Fascinating sight, to say the least. And there, the original cave entrance of Isis Temple that is now a blocked wall, as you can see here. What appears to be another cave entrance into, I believe, the Tower of Ra. Everywhere looking like massive megalithic blockwork and former ruins of buildings and structures. Again, when this was inhabited, the valleys would have been a giant lake reservoir, a massive mountain pyramid Venice of the Americas, or North America. Pyramid, castle, temple complexes. Definitely not made by nature. Pre-cataclysm, macro civilization, macro terraforming. Like, wow. Clearly megalithic blockwork everywhere you look. Very, very suspect looking geology everywhere, every which way. Fascinating. Potential guardian entrance right there, monoliths. Very, very similar to Egypt. And is this what is buried beneath the sands of the Sahara? Are the rest of these megastructures potentially? Who knows? But that's definitely what we have in the Grand Canyon. A super eroded, super ancient, super civilization of macro pyramid construct. And what lays beneath, that is what humanity needs to find out and come to light. Because I guarantee we will rewrite history. When we are allowed to explore inside these ancient temple complexes. All right. I think we are getting to the end of this album. And that, I believe, is an acoustic amphitheater. This might actually be the Ottoman amphitheater, or a different pyramid temple there. There's just so many. And yes, we have reached the end of the Grand Canyon Pyramid Complex site. And for those just joining in, if you're Canadian, happy Canada Day. If you're from somewhere else in the world, happy July 1st. I love July. And here are some other super suspect sites of the Americas that kind of go along with the Grand Canyon super complex site. There's probably mountain pyramid complexes literally everywhere. And some older photos of some of the indigenous and Inuit hiding out. But basically anywhere that are claimed to be badlands are sorry, just got a message. Missed a couple calls. All right, so anywhere that are badlands in North America, South America, or the world are most likely these sites. This right here, also in Nevada, this is the supposed Sphinx of Pyramid Lake, Nevada, that also has a couple pyramids within the lake. The arches throughout all of the badlands and monument sites and national parks. These, again, everything are these former cataclysm super sites. Shout out to my lunch break YouTube channel, recently also doing a few videos covering these sites with the arches in the parks and some more of the pyramids hidden within America. And it's not made naturally, that's for sure. And other parts of these worlds, or of our world, like Turkey, Cappadocia, Iran, former Persia, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Libya, all over. They're known as ruins, and still many of them inhabited to this day. So again, one of the pyramids in Pyramid Lake there in Nevada, Isis Temple, and not quite sure where that one is, probably Egypt, but have to figure that out. And are there more hiding in the mountain ranges everywhere? I suspect so. Here again, one of the pyramids of Pyramid Lake, Nevada, I believe. Closer up of it as the water's receding. I believe this is the Sphinx there. More suspect looking potential sites. Is that a guardian carving right there? Maybe. Again, with the lower water and Pyramid Lake, what appears to be a little pyramid, and then the main structure is this potential entrance, cave in. Could be. As the water recedes, interesting to investigate if you're close by. Another one of these super arches, natural bridges. They ain't natural. They are leftovers from a time before recorded time. And I believe, this is from Devitt Island, one of the potential pyramids up there. Do we have more pyramid peaks? There seem to be a lot of pyramid peaks around everywhere. And, sunken pyramids that they make lakes and reservoirs, and what appear to be more mounds, temples, and ruins. I believe this is in Arizona. Could be Utah, but I believe Arizona. Very suspect, right? And they're even called monuments, monument parks and stuff like these are from a former civilization. That looks like some sort of, Oriental statue, to say the least. Again, pyramids in Pyramid Lake, Nevada, I believe. Here, again, one of the balls, hollow, and the Sphinx head, part of the Sphinx. Some of the natives, and what appear to be pyramid castles in the background. Pyramid Mountain castles. Well, I believe that picture was labeled making one of their last stands of resistance or before the treaties, and that some of these areas were never conquered and potentially still in the native indigenous hands. And well, they're legends of ant people and different other hominids, giants, and beings still inhabiting the underground cities of these sites that clearly do exist. Very pyramidal looking peak there as well. And exactly, the flood that wiped everything out, the Younger Dryas catastrophe event, that destroyed a super civilization that used to inhabit everywhere. The original pyramid builders and super civilization. That clearly looks like a face. Some more of the balls in Pyramid Lake, Nevada. What appears to be another temple mountain monument. And another one. Oh dear, that is not good to hear. Well, we need a new prime minister. That is undeniable. We need a whole new change government. It's travesty, and yeah, resign, Trudeau, resign. Nobody in Canada agrees with your policies or likes you, you savage dictator. That's my message for Canada on Canada Day. And, well, when you got allies like Biden, God, it's just, we live in clown world and it needs to change. And one way it can change is by bringing light to our true ancient history and rewriting the history books to reflect something a bit more accurate from what we're being told. And right there, more mounds, more pyramids. These ones in, I guess, the East or Central East America. I guess this is also called Pyramid Mountain and is in Alberta, Canada, right where I live. So I'm going to have to check this site out as well. And that there's a couple named Pyramid Mountains in Alberta Rockies that I will be going to explore very soon. Coming up in 2 weeks for my birthday. So, on that note, we are 49 minutes in and it's almost becoming dusk. The sun is going to be setting within an hour. So I need to go so I can at least catch some fireworks with girlfriend and, enjoy our collective communist dictatorship and the free, explosions of light and smoke that they're putting out tonight. Okay. Oh, shout out Esoteric Gold, Aurorian, Salted Cedar, JRG Mitty, Cans Quatch, William Pius, Resistor, Hero, who else am I missing? Sorry if I didn't get your name. And you're here. Happy Canada Day to you all. And have a blessed rest of your week. And happy 4th of July to any Americans tuning in coming up in a couple days. And to everyone in the world, well, happy July. And get out and explore because it's the summertime if you're in the north, and if you're in the south, well, you're probably still kind of warm, so get out and explore if you're by a Pyramid Mountain. And on that note, love y'all. Have a good day.
You crazy mother. Yeah.
It's just BurnEye.